Hello, this is Rolf from Tesla Owners US, and the title is Greta, We Can Do It. And I think this is an acceptance for a little bit of a generation conflict, because it seems to be that we were expected to listen to the young folks, to do what it takes to avoid a climate catastrophe. We might not have listened. And on the opposite way, the young folks are now expected to avoid a huge infection throughout the country. And maybe they are not listening. And if we can do that together, because I start finding some good things in this catastrophe. And that's what I want to talk about. It comes after this intro.
I pressed to say, I went to say.
Okay, what are the things? I made some notes, what I've noticed in the couple of days or weeks. We are now sitting here, so I'm now sitting at home in my backyard. And what I made is, and some of them seems to be very important. First of all, a personal note or a note to my channel. When you look it up, I think here there will be a card, and about the same thing, not exactly the same, will be on the German channel. Because for all of your viewers, I open a German channel as well, because with my German folks, it's gonna be a little bit difficult if you are on a channel and get English questions as well as German questions, and then you have to answer them. So I decided to split the channel, and for everybody who is knowledgeable of German language, I have that also in German language. And that's what I'm gonna show or demonstrate on the other channel. So please subscribe also to the German channel, and you can see it in the card here as well. There is the link to the German movie as well. So for the English version, what do I start liking? First of all, I start liking that I got our son probably with one of the late flights out of New York City. So he got a job offering with no start date, and for a very good law firm in New York City. And but there was no start date attached to that. And I said, you know what? The situation gets more complicated there. So let's try to get you out of there. When I look at all of the situations, we are capable to work remote. I'm working remote since a really long time already. Maybe 1.5 years. I do my hours, sometimes I do more hours as needed or as I could. And I emphasize on doing my job done remotely, and it can work. Now we are starting also to remote meetings. So we have done the meetings in person before. Now we're doing remote meetings. And there's the first advantage what I see, because you do not have to always drive. You do not have to always drive to work. You can save the energy what you're driving to go to work. And that is important. And there is way lot less traffic. So when I sometimes drive to the dojo because I'm doing karate sessions on recordings or videos there for our members, I notice also the sessions there, when I do them and are driving to and back, this is in rush hour sometimes, there are way less traffic. We can do it. We can do less traffic. And the other advantage comes out of that less traffic is less energy consumption, less oil consumption, less fossil fuel consumption. So the message to the young folks, we can do it. We just start learning to work remotely. And if we have to, we do it, and we can do it. With the lesser traffic, there comes less pollution. So the first time since a long time, there is no smog cloud in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles is free or almost free, way lesser pollution. And when we are reducing the traffic, especially with cars who are burning for the fossil fuels, we are also making the air cleaner. It helps with the lesser fossil fuels burning. It helps also with a better air quality. And what does it help as well with a better air quality? It helps when you have better air quality that you have way a better respiratory system. That's what we need. We need cleaner air, and with cleaner air, our respiratory system is getting better. We can conquer, and more people can survive with a better respiratory system. Most of the people don't know that there are many people dying because of the bad condition of their respiratory system because of the pollution of burning fossil fuels. So that's what I like now. You get to have a taste of that. If all of the cars would be electric cars, what the difference would be. So what I'm also seeing is now, I see my neighbors. So my neighbors are sitting outside, I see them walking, I see them using the bicycle. We revived our bicycles and we did a bicycle tour today. And haven't done it for a really long time, but going out, driving at the canal and do a big tour with a bicycle. And it was good for us as well. So getting some exercises there. People start enjoying the outside, and that's important. So people are being more on the outside, the fresher air as it was before. And that's what I like as well. And also some savings, so saving of resources. What is very funny for me, my wife usually asks me about, hey, what should I cook for today? The only thing what I'm saying is, look what expires first. So we are more looking at conserving products, what we bought, and conserving that. In some times, what I get really mad is if you're throwing away food. But now we are preserving food because Arizona is a little bit crazy because they are hoarding food. So sometimes certain things we don't get, but we make the best out of that when it expires. That's an important situation as well, what I like, because we are preserving on the resources what we have. Another thing, what I just didn't think about, and it's very simple. We are using a lot of straws, and I got away with the plastic straws. But then I was thinking about, so I have paper straws right before, and we have also straws from degradable material. And these straws, okay, I consume them as well, just for having a shake or a glass. So my question was, do I need that? It would be kind of having degradable silverware. And I have straws made from glass or straws made from metal. And I looked at those ones made from glass or made from metal, maybe, and I can put them in a dishwasher and the next day I can use them again, like silverware, the same way. So I'm thinking about now resources, and I'm thinking about more closely about what do I really need and what is being waste when I'm using it. What is essential, what you need, and what is not essential, and how can I save some resources? That's a good thing. We're saving a lot of energy. And funnily, I got my electric bill. I'm paying $20 because it's a minimum connection fee. And I looked at the electricity and at my photovoltaic system and the power walls and how they are connected. And what I noticed is I now covered 98% of my electricity already in March. So the months of January, February were not so good, but the months of March were good as well. What they also do, they do a comparison of the temperature. And funnily, it may be coincidental, but the temperature is actually 2 degrees lower than it was the same year before. And we notice after Matsuri also that the temperature start rising very soon after. Now, the temperature after Matsuri, which is the end of February, did not start rising. The temperature kept in a more comfortable temperature during the time of the year. And the temperature was in average 2 degrees lower than it was, in average 2 degrees Fahrenheit lower than it was before the year before and the years before that. And that might be coincidental, but I think it has something to do with that. With the entire saving of the energy and not driving anymore, this has an impact on that. So imagine that the energy savings for usually combustion vehicles are consuming about 3 to 5 times more energy as an electric vehicle. Even when the gallon is $1, which is almost looking like a gallon of fuel becomes only worth $1, an electric car is still cheaper to operate, and it is healthier to operate, not for us, also for others. And it's the same that's today. We are doing something not for us only, we're doing something for others as well. What I also noticed is the food. The food supply, all of the meaty foods with poultry and pork and beef mostly is gone from the shelves. But all the vegetarian or vegan food is most of the time, the vegan sausages or the vegan patties are most of the time available. So now you have the chance to try that, because you are consuming way too much resources when you're feeding animals to get them later slaughtered, as you are using plant-based meat. And you're using plant-based meat, it's the better, optimized choice. And try some of those ones, because if you really be honest, if you would not notice that, it tastes, for the new plant-based food, tastes almost the same way. And for me, it's not a difference, but you gotta try that. That's another chance. Everything is starting down, but when we restart again, we should think about restarting from new, from regenerative energy. We should think of restarting a clever way and not restarting the old way. I like also that the air traffic is way lesser. So people are not doing air traffic anymore in that high frequent. That's also something for old and young generation. So the young generation, when they went on spring break, they flew down there. So consider that yourself as well. For the young generation, you might not flying down there anymore, or doing your vacation by taking a bunch of people together. Watch for yourself and how you're looking at food, how you're looking at wasting something, and there are some good things out of that, and that's what I want to convey to you. That's all what I have to say to that, and there will be more movies coming, but this was my personal impression, and that's what I want to convey to you. If you like that movie, I'm gonna be now lots more at home, and for that one, I show you something around what I did on my house, how I saved energy in the house, how I put energy production on the house and on my patio, and how do I preserve that energy for the night, and so on. And there will be more interesting things to come. And I was just saying here, hey, if you like that, thumbs up. Subscribe to the German channel if you want to hear the same thing or similar thing in German. And subscribe to the English channel if you want to subscribe in English. I like my listeners, and I like my people who are subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for sticking with us and sticking through that. Stay healthy, folks. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
I pressed and say